Hello. Today we will be going over how to put together a CH6 Bushmaster shredder, leaf shredder, and stick chopper, chipper. They call it a chipper shredder. So follow along, see if it works or doesn't. Thanks. So today, actually it was yesterday, it doesn't matter. Um, we put together a video, very raw. Sorry, don't have all the things to make a really professional video, but that's not what this channel's about. It's about you guys following me through goods, bads, trials, and tribulations. So, putting together the CH6 chipper shredder Bushmaster. Ordered it from a big box store. It was half price, so it was also my birthday, my 50th. I won't let anybody forget that this year, by the way. But I'm going to put it together and go out and run a couple of things through it from one of my compost bins that I've just been putting hard material like tree trimmings, bush trimmings, and corn stalks, things that take forever to break down. So we'll run those through it and kind of see how it works, how it doesn't work, and hopefully you'll follow along and make your own choice from this video. Overall, I think the machine, from packaging, putting together, and the use of it, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's got to be overall probably a 7. The putting together is a 9. You'll see that I read the instructions that came with it that were just pictures, thinking that was the only instructions. It came with a giant booklet and a bunch of stuff. So as we go through the video, you'll see if I would have opened the booklet, it would have actually told me step by step what to do. But we figured it out. It was easy enough. With a little common sense on bolt lengths and stuff like that, you could put it together easily in a half hour. And once you do it, you could probably do it less than that. So let's go ahead and skip to the video and we'll see what you think, and then I'll add in a little bit at the very end. Thanks guys, enjoy. We're going to put together the Bushmaster CH6. It's a two-way feeder with a chipper and a shredder model inside, all in one. And I believe it's a 6.5 horse gas engine. Haven't even opened it, never put one together, but we're gonna do it together. I will speed this along in editing as much as needs. I won't make you guys sit and watch me work again like the last one. Compost. Ja. I also have a business, small one, selling things on eBay, for mostly friends and family, but also picking, or estate sales or whatever, just fun and the off time. It used to be a lot more fun, but now everybody that doesn't seem to have or can get a job must be doing it, because yard sales are full, thrift stores are full. It's like pulling teeth trying to find good stuff anymore unless you got an in. So, but I do save this kind of stuff for shipping and things like that, so I don't have to buy styrofoam. I recycle as much as I can of anything, and you probably see that in my garden once in a while. So, what we got here? According to the company, it takes 15 minutes. I'm guessing that's for someone who's done it before. We will find out. Yeah. Okay. Looks like a air cleaner assembly. Some nuts and bolts in it. Yep. So, air filter assembly and dust/water cover right here. So we'll set that aside. More styrofoam. Nice safety goggles. Sure, those are going to be needed. I've seen reviews of this in action. You don't want anything kicking back and killing you. Random tools, maybe even to put it together, but it looks like spark plug socket, 15 millimeter, 12 millimeter makeshift wrench. Cool. Means that I was a mechanic in a different age for many a year on many things. I'm good with tools. I like tools and I keep them no matter what, even if I don't use them. So I pretty much have everything I need there. Looks like a funnel, I'm guessing for gas and or oil. It's a little dented, but it's very thin plastic, very thin plastic. So, but it is nice they sent one. Does it screw on or push on? Looks like it screws on. Keep that clean. And giant bag full of nuts and bolts. Like they're all 12s and 14s and 15s by guessing and looking. It is nice. Maybe 3 different lengths, so it shouldn't be too hard. Emissions stuff. The Shipper Shredder Quick Assembly Guide. Very nice. I like pictures. And the owner's manual, which is very thick. It's like step 1 is going to be for CH10 and 11 only. Step 2, CH10 and 11 only. Step 3, CH6 only. That's what we are. So it looks like we'll be disassembling it from the packing frame that's on there, which is cool. Once again, awesome. I'm sure I can find something to use that for in the future. So let's move on. Let's get that done. Very nice. They kept a little piece of plastic over the intake of the carburetor hole. Thank you very much, company. Alright, so exactly which it was zip tied to. Pretty simple. Once you figure it out. Thankfully the welding was bad here, but that may be on purpose. I don't know. As soon as I tilted it far enough, it kind of just tried to roll itself off. So. Good thing it was in a shipping frame. Alright, through the magic of editing, we're in this position. You didn't even see that, did you? Okay, as we spoke earlier, it wants us to put on the very important intake first. And want to do that to keep any debris out. And I'm just inspecting on how well it fits, or does or does not fit. Looks like it can go on any way. Not too tight, but tight enough to where it doesn't spin, and I know it's sealed. It won't suck dirt from underneath the filter cartridge assembly and straight into the engine. They want this masterpiece of a shield. The importance of this is, I'm going to have to bend this out a little bit. The importance of this is dirt and water can be shed over the intake. They want the blower chute on first. Now my nuts and bolts laid out here in some sort of a fashion. This is going to go pointing towards the outside. I don't want to go too far There we go. Next, they would like us to put on the hopper. They've got something in the picture here that looks a little interesting for that bolt. Let's see how the hopper tries to fit at least. Very hard plastic. I don't know what it is. PVC or nice tight fit. We're going to leave that one bolt out. It will interfere with this hopper. So with the other three, not tight yet, I don't see any problem. It actually overhangs the actual machine. So I don't see any problem with anything shooting out or anything like that. So if it does in the future, I'll put it in. But it's squished up against a couple things. So it's like we've got 2 bolts here that will require nuts, and I'm guessing these are going to be the short ones in the group. They look to be 12 millimeter. It's supposed to be 12, but I'm guessing because it's probably hardware maybe made in China. I don't know, but let's try standard American. Perfect. 1/2 inch. Wow. Amazing. That is amazing. Wow. Okay. So, I'll take our wrench and our magic wand here. We're going to go ahead and tighten up the first ones we did on the chute first. Don't need to go too tight, especially if you don't have any experience with guns like this. You will ruin more crap than you'll fix. Mark my words. Alright. So we'll move on to the hopper. They completely missed the point of detailing how to do whatever it is you're trying to do. So I put together a couple inexpensive or cheaper computer desk kind of things in our guest room recently, and it was just a nightmare. Especially nothing was in the right, but none of the holes lined up, nothing was right, the instructions were way overboard. If the guy that wrote the instructions would have actually made the easy put together desk kit, I think it would have been a great deal. That's something different. Alright, we'll get a third. Nut, washer, bolt for the back side. Oops. And thread that on. It is still, like I said, it looks and feels like ABS, or which sort of PVC plastic. These all are nylock nuts. People used to say aircraft quality. I don't know if that's really a thing anymore with the nylock in the general industry. I'm sure it is in airplanes and cars and stuff, but they still lock, they still have plastic. If none of these had that, I would be using a blue type of Loctite just to hold things from vibration, because I'm guessing this guy is going to probably have a ton of vibration. Next, Confucius say, put on the main hopper lid. Not sure what the idea is with the spring. Oh, there we go. That's why it said do one at a time, because it doesn't fit tight enough to hold itself, so do one nut and bolt at a time. I put the 4 bolts in on here. I did not skip that on the video because I wanted to make this look easy. It wasn't easy. It's flimsy enough that it takes a shape in shipping. So I just had to use a pick like last time and kind of just pry up as I'm trying to put the bolts in. So 4, 2 here, 2 over there. This door is a little hard to deal with, but it's okay, it's for safety, I understand, but you've got to hold this open in order to get your hand in and do any nuts and bolts. So. Do not drop anything in there. Nuts, bolts, if you do, find them. Because I'm sure it won't be good for the internal shit. Excuse me. Stuff, if you leave these in there, that could have been bad. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's all 4 of them. Silver, you can see them down in this hopper opening right here. I'm going to tighten them up now. See if we can do without losing any digits. The bolt protrudes through the plastic locking area of the nut. Of course, we're going to double check all this after running it the first time, breaking in the engine and all that, which I'll get on film here after putting it together in a bit. It doesn't come with oil or gas, obviously, so I may have to run and get some oil for this thing, depending on what it says it takes. I've got oil for cars and motorcycles and 4-wheelers, so we'll see what I got, but let's finish this first. actually did a good job in the instructions of how to spread, widen, tap. Other than the slits were a little tight, but overall I give the instructions on this a 9 out of 10. Underneath, just underneath this handle, straight down in, we're going to have to get our hand eaten up by the alligator and hope we don't drop the nut and washer as we did before. So I don't want to catch my glove or my hand, probably glove, whatever, on the threads that I know are going to stick out at least an inch, because this bolt is, in my opinion, too long. Alright, down through, tap, 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 just tap it in. Tappy tap taparoony, tap it in. Another movie, right? Can you name it? Put it in the credits, or put it down in the comments, sorry. By the way, hopefully this isn't too long again, like the last one, but everybody seemed to like the last one. Comment, like, share, hit the bell for notifications, all that stuff. I'm gonna try to keep it weekly, guys. I'm a little behind. I went on vacation to Bend, Oregon last week, and then ended up having to work on my oldest son's wife or girlfriend's car. The starter took it up, and I always try to do whatever I can for family to help out, because I know how it is. So I'm days behind on my gardening. Luckily the beds are ready, right? We saw that, but I have a lot of other stuff to do. They just turned the irrigation on, the grass is growing. I got a couple bins. I'm going to do more videos later, a couple bins to do some fun stuff with. I'll show you some K&F stuff. So alright. Not that I'm a K&F person or a professional gardener by any means. I guess we'll just try it together. Okay. Bolt, washer, nut, washer, washer, nut, if you want to know in sequence, but you know what I mean. This hole lined up a lot better than the other one, but not perfect. I don't expect perfect with plastic like this, ABS or PVC, whatever it is, but I do like how it goes together, and if I did it again, I guarantee I could do it in 5 minutes or less. But also, we're talking here, right? So, alright, let's tighten it up. And you can also hear the tone when it starts getting tight. I'm getting tighter, tight, tightest. Don't go anymore. All right. Well, go back over this real quick. Make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight, things like that. And I'm gonna have to run and go get some oil and gas. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get it going ASAP, because now it's a big machine and it eats stuff. So, you know. Anyway, be right back. There's the chute, adjustable. There's the air cleaner lid and filter underneath. Haven't done anything with the gas and oil, so I will leave that tag on there. The bolts we did. bolt. One back there that we didn't. But we could if we had to. But we'll see. Hopper. First bolts. First bolts. Okay, nose. And here's the handle ones we did last. And all the ones that we almost dropped and did drop down in there. Alright. This top funnel must be in place. The engine is running. Leaves only through this slot. So if we move back, this will be where we stick the sticks. I believe it said 2 1/4 is the safest. Yeah, you might be able to get away with more, but I wouldn't try it. Manufacturer's recommendations. All your warnings. And operating instructions for if you lose track of what you're doing later down the road, or if you get too old, you know. But I can see our shut-off switch running, gun off, ignition, our pull cord. The beast lives out of the raging storm. 212 cc's, 6.5 horse, I think. I'll have to take that zip tie off, maybe. Then our warning for the oil and stuff. Up here, got the choke on, off, and the fuel shut off, on, off, which is good. Oops, sorry. Which is good, because especially with the crappy gas we have nowadays, with the ethanol and all the things that we could argue about for years that make it bad in most people's opinion, including scientists. But I try to run non-ethanol if I can find it. It's always $1 more almost, but no matter what, you always want to keep a stabilizer in the fuel at all times. Something that actually deals with ethanol. Later, you could put a real storage stabilizer in it, which I would do, like with boats and things like that. And then always run it out of gas. Like, shut the fuel off while it's running and just wait for like how many minutes? 5 minutes probably. I mean, it seems like it goes forever sometimes. And and that ensures that most of the fuel is run out of the carburetor and most of the fuel system. So anyway, we're gonna go get some gas, go get some oil, and be back. I think I got oil. Says 10:30. I'm using 5:30, which will be fine. Let's go over some of the checklist items and some of the stuff as we go here before we get it running. Before starting, verify. Engine is filled to the top of the opening with 1030. Okay, that's sketchy. I mean, what, you just keep pouring it in there until it, runs out, make a mess. I don't know. I did look in the owner's manual. I gotta give this company credit. They have detailed instructions on how to put it together right in the front of the book. I should have looked. I'm so used to other things being not like that I just went by the picture book or the picture paper. But anyway, so filled up. I looked in the book. It actually has the amount of quarts. It's 0.6, which is a little over half. So I poured about a half in there, I think, so far off camera. That's all I've done. So that's our checklist so far. I wanted to show you guys this funnel. Pretty cool. Good idea. Glad they supplied it, because look where the oil fill is. It's not even a dipstick either, it's just a fill. All the way at the bottom behind the wheel, the back of the mechanism. So, cool. Perfect angle. I like that. It's flimsy. I like that. It's not leaking. And on top of it, man, how about a little bit of quality? Just to throw some positive their way. It's actually a fine filter screen in there. So, kudos. Alright, so I'm going to finish putting oil in it, or make sure it's where it's supposed to be, to the top of the threads it says, or to the top of the fill. I think I'm going to get it more closer to the bottom of the threads if I can, if I haven't already. Yeah, you can't see it. Anyway, I got it to the bottom of the threads. The reason they say that, I can see the case is manufactured with the big divot right there at the bottom of the threads. So, kind of cool. It's got a pretty big apparatus to tell you when it's full, and also a filter in there. Pretty good. Looks like maybe a 10 micron or something screen in there, and the cap has a chain on it. It's pretty big. So, very nice. Another thing I'm impressed with. So far, I'm mostly impressed. I did only have like a gallon of gas, and this thing holds like, I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't say here. I'm sure it does somewhere, but it's a pretty big gas can. I mean, that's probably a little over a gallon, since I put a gallon in there. So I'm sure it'll run forever, but we'll find out. Let's go over our checklist. Engine filled to the top with oil. Sorry. Fuel tank, clean unleaded gasoline. Fuel valve on. Choke, start position, engine switch on. Okay, so fuel valve. To the right is on, looks like. And choke to the left. Oops, fuel valve, sorry. Choke to the left for start. Ignition switch on. We should be ready to fire up this giant thing. Alright, what'd you think? Obviously it eats quite a bit. It does not like grass. It didn't say to put grass in there. I just, you know, sometimes we get a little out of control with cool stuff and push it to its farthest limit. I give it 7 out of 10 overall. Like I said, corn stalk, sticks, all that stuff, good. Leaves, good. No grass. So I'll work through that. I'll use it for compost, mulch, things like that. That's what I got it for. Go ahead and leave in the comments what your thoughts are on it. Any questions? I did skip a part, you know, where it had died, and I was trying to get it going, and I should have just left it in there and let you guys laugh. But our next video, I'm going to be talking about the garden beds, what we're planting, where, what we're planting, where we're putting it, why, and all that kind of stuff. Because it's finally quit snowing. It's the late 27th or something of April right now, and it literally has been freezing every single night still, which is fine. Typical old Idaho weather. Usually I don't plan on planting until the end of May anyway, but last year I jumped the gun because it was really nice. Guess what? Last week of May it froze. It was the first week of June actually. It froze once and I came out and almost everything was dead, had to replant. So I want to get going quick. So I'm going to put everything in my little chambers for starting seeds. I have a couple different ways. We'll do a video soon on that. But we're going to plan the garden first. Where, what, when, why, all that stuff. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, I'm not sponsored, but I like the Azos inoculant for the roots. And I go nowhere without the Rootwise Microbe Complete. They have a couple different styles. This Microhyza for the soil, and I like this for when we take the seedlings outside later after they're hardened off. This stuff is magic. Also from Rootwise, this is supposed to go with it. You don't have to. It's called the Biocatalyst. Everything from Rootwise, top notch, all organic, for sure, sourced, everything. I do buy this from Build-A-Soil, which is a truly organic, whatever you want organic, and however deep you want to study it, it is truly organic. From the silica all the way to the amendments. So we'll talk about that stuff later on. But we'll be using this, and I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you wanted to look it up before we start, if you're going to watch and do, you can have this on hand, ready to go. Alright, thank you, and I wish that you could like and subscribe and hit the bell. That would help me out quite a bit, and I appreciate you tuning in to Idaho Gardener. Thank you, and happy gardening.